Harvey, tell this rump cloud he can't just wander about Asgard, poking his pecker into...
I was only curious, dwarf. I meant no offense. I'm merely a seeker of knowledge.
The dwarves give nothing away for free.
Apologies for the distraction, Master Blacksmith. I'll leave you to your work.
Well, what shall I craft for you today, High One? Bottomless breeches for soiling yourself on the battlefield?
What were you and the builder discussing?
Harvey, my gentle jailer. You know we dwarves give nothing away for free. If you want your question answered, I'll need something in return.
Such as?
A hidden fact known only to you, Farseer. That I may share in your secret knowledge of the world.
The humans will survive Ragnarok in force, taking shelter in Hutimir's forest, eating morning dew until their race is renewed.
The humans are a hearty people indeed. Much stronger than we give them credit for. So, you asked what that sack of sheep guts was after? He wanted to know how magic affected your Hugr.
Why would he want to know the effect of magic on my spirit?
Not just you, Harvey. The lot of you. Aesir and Vanir alike. I told him to shovel his shit somewhere else. Now if that's all you came to know, you can piss off and let me work.
I have one more need. Can you forge me an unbreakable chain?
Chains are overrated. One weak link and it's worthless. Let me craft a cord that Thor himself could not break.
It must be strong enough to bind a powerful beast.
I will sluice my sweat into this cord, Harvey. All knowledge I have and skill I own will define it. And what will I get in return?
My thanks and my hospitality. What more could you need?
Ugh. You cannot barter with a man who's squeezing your balls.
You may always return to the land of fire, Ivaldi, and die as your brothers did, roasted on a spit.
To craft such a cord, I'll need a few impossible ingredients.
Name them.
The list there. I have a bear's tendon, a fish's breath, and...
A cat's footsteps, and the root of a mountain. How do I find these?
How the fuck would I know? The riddles will guide you.
I have no patience for riddles, dwarf.
Those riddles are as ancient as the world, with lore passed down from Niji and Nidi to Northri and Sudri, Austri and Vestri, Althjover.
I understand. I will return shortly.
Valin, Bivor, Bavor, Bombur, Nori, Ad and Annar, I...
Show me. Cast about this land, my friend. I need your eyes, my friend. Statues. Who put you up here, little cat? So that's how it is. Lead the way, nimble one. Where are you leading me? Nowhere to go, but now I have it. Who knew you could capture a sound?
Hversu þeir lögðu hegi vestreginu undir sig.
Be my eyes, Sunan.
Ég ætlaði þeim að drepa alla.
What do you see, Sunan? Sunan, guide me. This looks like the right place. I swear, dwarves would choose riddling. Oh, there's the seed, and the mountain's rocky grip. Some heat may free it from its shell. The seed will not sprout root until I get it into some water. He has made the base already? The builder works fast. A bit too fast. I must retrieve the root for Ivaldi before it takes hold. This is the mountain I seek. There's no higher peak. Let's see what you can make of these, Ivaldi. How is he building that tower so quickly? There's more to this stranger than meets the eye.
I know a cat's footfall when I hear one.
I found everything you asked for. How soon can you finish this unbreakable cord?
As soon as it wants to be made. You cannot rush this kind of magic. It flows with a speed all its own.
Find me as soon as it's ready.
By the way, After we spoke of the Hugr, a cousin came by with his own spirit tale. I don't trust coincidence, so this one's free.
What did he say?
He told me his sister's husband Borin drank a mead brewed in Jotunheim, and it sent his Hugr into a goat.
The spirit of a dwarf in the body of a goat?
Stranger still, his sister didn't even notice.
Heavy!
Don't drag me into this.
The tower is nearly finished.
Do not fret. The final hours are ticking down.
Not fast enough. I feel the jaws of a trap closing upon me.
Knowing you are in a trap is the first step to avoiding it.
You don't care if I'm married off to this builder, do you?
Have no fear, Freya. Whatever things transpire today, you marrying the builder will not be among them.
At least have the sense to admit you betrayed my trust.
I was wrong to use you like that. I will confront the builder and pry the truth out of him.
A limp apology, but it will suffice for now. Once the builder is dealt with, turn your spear on Loki. Every chance he had, he dug us deeper into this mess.
If Loki is up to something, I will see to it that he is punished. Blood Oath be damned.
blóðblóm af eyru hennar flagg.
Var að kalla fé árdegis í gær ekki sábúli.
He finished the tower. Have we been outplayed?
cannot touch. Your curses cannot touch.
Survey the area, Sunan.
Like what you see? Quite the tower. Not my best work, but it has a certain glow. Now then, where's my queen?
You're finished. The tower is functional.
One rune remains, which I shall inscribe after I am wed.
Who helped you complete the work, Builder? You could not have managed so quickly on your own.
Our agreement said nothing about outside help. Now, where is Freya? I tire of waiting.
Outside help. Interesting choice of words.
Hail, Harvey! Hail, Builder!
We bring you your bride.
Freya, my beloved. Why does she leer so wickedly?
She's starved, Builder. Hungry for you. Eager to consume you like a moist and dainty morsel.
Splendid. She'll be pleased to know I have an appetite to match her own. Our union will be a feast of the senses.
Enough chatter. We have upheld our end of the bargain. Will you finish your work?
I'm sorry, but I've never seen such wild eyes. Why does she look so feral?
A Asleep or awake, her eyes swim with naught but the image of you. She is blind to all else.
Blinded by love or disgust? I do not grasp your meaning.
Quit stalling and kiss her, Dungmeat! Consummate your betrothal!
Yes, a kiss. A brief taste to whet my appetite. Delicious. Your lips are two pillows on a bed of rain rose petals.
And yours are cold and rough as unpolished stone.
What trickery is this?
Is something wrong?
Her voice! It's hideous!
I have been told it has a seductive quality.
By a wolf.
Treachery! Bring me the real Freya or my offer is withdrawn!
I'll bring myself if you don't mind.
Freya, you don't need
You have
to...
next to nothing, Aesir. Only this useless monument to your ineptitude. You've been a good boy, Thor. Don't gamble your winnings. And you, Havi. You tried to avoid responsibility by not making a choice, but that was a choice in itself, and look where it has brought us.
We have taken you for granted, it is true. That ends now.
Has this sad spectacle been for my sake alone? I've seen better drama on the festering carcass of a dead pig!
Finish your work, or suffer.
No Freya, no shield.
To Helheim with him, Harvey. I know where he keeps his enchanted paint.
Show me. Thor, Tyr, watch our guest closely. Freya, I hope we will have words when this is done. Why do you still wear Freya's form?
A reminder of who's at stake.
Change back. This is disturbing. Where do we go now?
I don't... I didn't say I was watching him every moment.
So you do not know where he kept his supplies?
They must be nearby. He never left this area. Mostly never.
Have a look, Sunan. Go, Sunan.
Shapeshifters!
More deception. The builder will suffer for this.
Where there are guards, there are boots. There's a door for free. Help me smash it.
Hold, Loki. We need to talk. I should not...
What is it, Harvey?
Loki? Did you know this builder before we met him at Heimdall's tower?
Did I know him? As in friends? Or know of him?
Did you invite him here?
I did, yes. He rescued my son from Jotunheim, so I agreed to bring him here and help him find work. That's all.
Make this right, Loki, or the blood oath that binds me is forfeit. For you and your son, is that clear?
As a cloudless sky, High One.
More deer.
Go ahead. I'll watch your back.
That's cold comfort. A quiet crossing might be best. Devious blood. Loki, slay these shapeshifters! Is that all of them?
I hope so. Let's get the paint and go.
I have the paint.
Then let us fade like shadows in the light. It appears we've underestimated him.
On your advice, find some way to hinder his efforts, or I will offer you as his price.
I live to serve, Raven Feeder.
Our Javi returns.
Stay right there, Builder. We're not finished with you.
You survived my trap. How disappointing.
Invaders from Jotunheim. We slaughtered them all.
Buri's ballsack. Can I kill him now?
We do not need this honor cheat. We will complete the tower ourselves.
My Hugur makes it work. I am bound to it through the magic of your realm.
You perverted our sacred waters. We have every reason to kill you.
Well reasoned. They should call you the god of hindsight, all-knowing after the fact.
I will finish the inscription. Builder, you stay with me. You others go.
Elhas, for protection.
You godless worm, slayer of my kin, oath breaker, spirit taker, I didn't build this tower to keep your enemies out. I built it to keep you in! You thought you could slay my people without punishment or prize? You and your lab had it done?
Their lives will rise.
You shape the 9 worlds, but you do not control them.
Control them? I only wish to survive them.
Your bones will form the cornerstone of a new world ruled by Yona.
Your time has passed. There's no turning back the seasons.
If our doom is assured, I will ensure that you share it.
the Jotun dead?
And his magic dies with him. Does that worry you, trickster?
What are you implying?
Were you behind this? You dishonorable truth-tangler.
What do you know of honor, Freya? You've bedded more men than all the halls in Midgard.
You're a fine one to talk of sexual appetites. You fathered a wolf cub.
I'll not hear a lecture from the Lord of Petty Rules, who stiffens at the thought of laying down the law. And before you threaten to brandish your hammer, Thor, remember, without it, you'd be no better than a troll. Only twice as stupid.
Oh! You festering ballsack swollen with the foulest drippings of Ymir's corpse. No oath is worth this abuse.
But you won't break it, Harvey. You cannot. All your efforts to evade destiny will only fling you further along its course. If you're not careful, you may be the author of your own destruction.
Leave him. He will do little harm while his son remains captive.
A mouthful of iron would put a stop to his babbling.
What now, wise one? We have returned to the place from which we set out. Ragnarok is coming, and we are no safer.
There may be a solution in Jotunheim. Huga magic, they call it. I will travel there to see it for myself. Until I have the final binding, Lokistan must not leave that island. In time, it shall serve as a sanctuary for all wolves.
I will watch over him, as one of my own kin.
Then I'll leave the realm in your capable hands, my queen. If my own are empty when I return, I will accept destiny with both.
Leiðsagarmenn sem gegna.
Ég heit allan dag að sé fóru nefnir fyrir 2 sumur, 4 mánaðar í vakkandi flug.
Passaðu þig, mikilhjarti!
Ja!
Ég þessi margar skila. Ef ég mæta.
Welcome back. Your face is bright, and your eyes seem clearer. Tell me of everything you have seen.
I've been to Asgard, the seat of the gods. I saw through Odin's eyes, just as you said. In every vision, I inhabited his form, lived as he once lived. In his body, I was myself, but I was carried by his whims. His thoughts were as known to me as my own. We were two, but we existed as one.
And what have you learned?
More than learned. I felt everything. His fears and doubts, his loves and passions.
Incredible. What else?
I heard a prophecy. Warning of Ragnarok, the destruction of the world, the end of all time. And the Nornir. They warned me of the great wolf Fenrir, and how he hungered for my blood. But there was something else. Hope. I was undaunted by the coming cataclysm.
Perhaps this aspect of your vision inspires bravery. Truly, you are touched by the gods. Was there more?
I consorted with Loki, the trickster. We quarreled often, as siblings. But soon our fights grew dark. When he revealed he had sired a wolf cub, my rage was unbound.
Because he had hid the truth from you?
Yes, because he knew that wolves were not allowed in Asgard. He flaunted my command.
Perhaps this was the purpose of your vision. To overcome an inner fear and find forgiveness in your heart.
Maybe. But before my vision ended, I was seized by great purpose. I devised a plan, a voyage to Jotunheim. And then I awoke.
Interesting. Was there anything else?
There was nothing more. Nothing of great significance. The dream has faded.
Eivor, your visions are unlike any I have encountered. Leave me now. I must think on what you have shared.
Eivor, are you prepared to go to Ireland?
Assar, you did not tell me the king was my cousin.
It was most amusing this way, was it not? A little mystery.
I prefer to know what is what. But it was a pleasant surprise.
He's eager to see you. Shall we set sail?
Yeah. I would like to see this land. And my cousin Baurith.
Ireland. A patchwork of petty kings jostling for hills and pastures and green glens. My adopted isle.
Azar, how is it that Barith, as north as ice, is king of Dublin?
Dublin is a Viking city, Eivor. But in fact, merchants and beggars come from all parts to parade in its muddy streets.
Hard to think of Barith as king of a city.
It perhaps sounds grander than it is. Ireland has many kings. They litter the countryside, and Barith's throne is not secure. Flann Sinna calls the tune.
Who's he?
Soon to be crowned High King of all Ireland. Flann distrusts Vikings, though he needs them.
Barith will find a way. As a boy, he wasn't much of a fighter, but somehow always came out all right.
I'm sure what you say is true. Certainly he is loved by his people. Your crew can find lodging here. Come, let us find Barith.
Eivor! Blood of my blood! Look at you! You have Aunt Rosta's cheekbones!
And you, the 7-year-old lives in you still.
It has been a long stretch since we pelted old Ganfrid with apple cores.
He never forgave us that.
And Sigurd in the clan? How goes with all?
There's much to tell you, Barith. But let me breathe your Irish air.
Thank you for keeping my ports from being set ablaze in my absence.
My ports? Yes, old man. I can rule my city even without you here. Eivor, you arrive in good time. I'm hosting a feast in honor of my son, Sigfrid. He is 17 today.
A 17-year-old son.
And rather a difficult boy at that. Come! There's much to show on the way to my castle.
A kingship, a son, and a castle. Truly, you have a fine life, Barith.
Castle? It is a wooden house. Finely crafted, to be sure, but in Shiraz, it would be home to a middling rug merchant.
Lead me to your rock merchant's wooden hovel, Barith.
Just look at her docks! Wee babe of a city, but the biggest port in all Ireland.
You cannot appreciate Irish air without enduring the stench of our docks.
It is upon the strength of this port I plan to secure my kingship.
Assar told me that your throne may not be entirely steady.
King Flann needs some persuading.
Guards here are vigilant. Sunan, guide me.
og hvað þau? Komdu, ræðast!
Þau hafa aldrei fengið mig.
King Flann needs some persuading is all. Dublin's vast trade web will bring wealth to all Ireland. If Flann can be made to see that, my kingship and that of my children's children will be safe.
I cannot guarantee your throne, but a vast trading web is within my power.
No one else I'd trust my commerce to, old man.
You let him call you that?
I call him worse things.
Borith, my king! I still owe you a horn of ale.
This is where I leave you.
Don't miss the banquet.
I'll be there shortly.
Barrett, my mighty king.
Aoife, this is my cousin, Eivor. Show him the bow I had you make for him.
This is for me? The craftsmanship is beautiful.
Me best work. Give her a try. Hit the targets before the sand runs out. Think you can get them all?
Of course I will. Stand ready to be astonished.
Aren't you the confident one? Sure, I'll be embarrassed for you if you shat on the eggs.
Watch my arrows fly.
I certainly will. Go!
Damn good shot!
It's a very nice bow. Thank you, Borith.
Steps off the boat after a long sea voyage and shoots like a master.
Well done, cousin. Wait, is that a house of God?
Aye, Christ's own church. Ireland is mostly Christian now, and so is Dublin. Many Norse chew the wafer.
Make a place for them.
Them? I myself have a place in Christ's house, as I do in the House of Thor. So long as a god has my back, he has my altar. I've built this city up from rubble. 20 years ago, us Vikings were beaten. The Irish took revenge and sacked Dublin.
Asa told me that it's a Viking city.
Norse founded it, and I nursed it back to health. When I became king, I was king of a mud pit.
Nei, án jarðar. Grasvættir sá aftur og frjóminn yfir að mann.
There, up ahead. My home. My only regret is that my mother and my wife aren't here to greet you. They've gone on pilgrimage to the mountains just now. The waters there improve mother's health. I am left to discipline my wayward son.
And to host a banquet.
Which should be already underway.
Up, Barrett! Fodia!
Here we are. Please, go enjoy yourself. I must have a word with my son. Come meet him before the night's out.
Hey! You're Boris' cousin. It's a grand do, isn't it?
All gone mad as a ditch.
things. What?
What do you expect, that I follow your example?
Siegfried! I expect my son to act like the future king, not roll in the muck.
So Flann will take you on as his farting court jester?
Think with your head and not your arse. Flann can assure my throne, which will one day be yours.
That makes you the arse.
Enough! Eivor, my son, Siegfried. I'm sorry, I must clear my head. Could you speak to the boy?
Only shitbirds mock their father under his own roof.
Right. Because the cousin who just arrived has the authority over how I speak in my own home.
In Norway, you'd be knocked to the ground by now.
Come on then. If you've any guts worth respecting.
Fine, whelp.
You won't land a single punch. I guess I owe you thanks for not beating me bloody.
I'm not here to quarrel with you, Siegfried.
Da speaks so highly of you. I wanted to see if you lived up to the stories.
Does anyone? I've lost track of your father. Any idea where he might be?
He wanted to clear his head. That means he's visiting grandfather's grave. Da has a chat with him almost every day.
Barith can commune with the dead?
No. His conversations are all one-sided. The grave sits at the top of the hill.
I'll find him. Thank you, Siegfried.
Eivor! Teach me how to hit like that sometime.
Go, Sunan. Cast about this land, my friend. Barith. Why so uneasy?
A king must forever be on guard. When I'm upset or uncertain, I come here to seek my father's spirit.
I didn't even ask after him. Somehow I knew he'd...
Some years ago, he was destined to die in battle, and he did.
He sits with Odin now. My family owes yours a sullen debt.
That winter, your family came to stay with us. I remember your birth, screaming like a warrior.
The plague year. No one would take us in. No one but your mother and father. I owe your family my life.
And what a life we had. I have fond memories of you and I slipping out to hunt.
in dead of night. Stars in the sky, moonlight on snow. And that's how I got that scar.
I do feel bad about that. What about the one on your cheek?
This? A caution from the gods about my vanity.
Come, if we tell all our stories, we'll be here a week.
Do you see something?
My imagination run amok, but let us away. Funny how just the slightest noise sets a fellow on edge.
By Thor's hammer, Barith. I could sleep a week.
Not as spry as the old days, eh? When we searched the night in hopes of catching a will-o'-the-wisp.
Did we catch one? I have a memory of catching one.
Give yourself up!
What?
Back! Grab him! Bite his hands!
Who are these men?
Damn you bastards!
Pay for your sins!
I'll finish you!
Who were they?
My ascension to the throne has not been without contest. The previous king's son, Thorstein, is resentful.
You told me nothing of this.
You are my guest. I'm not going to burden you with petty concerns.
Petty concerns. I now know why you've been anxious all evening.
Aye, 'tis worrying. He's never been so bold before.
He sees you as a usurper to his throne.
Perhaps, but he doesn't seem to want to take it. He contents himself by stealing and smuggling with his band of ruffians. It's petty Viking raiding, but it puts me in a bad light with Flan. Eivor, let's continue. It's petty Viking raiding, but it puts me in a bad light with Flan. That's certain. Keep a sharp watch. Brigands rove the streets tonight.
You can be sure of me, my king.
What? You know I am always the last to leave a party. What is wrong?
We were ambushed by Thorstein's men. Rivals I was not made aware of.
Small wonder King Flann does not embrace you, Borith. You cannot keep control of the Vikings in your own city.
Thorstein makes me look like more of an arse than I do on my own.
I see. It is the High King's disfavor that makes this shameful. My cousin, I will take care of Thorstein.
No, I do not want to drag you into this sorry mess. Perhaps you'll accept silver to lie low.
For a week or two, but then he'll be back, and back again. I can remove this blood, once and for all.
Eivor, this is not your fight.
For any and all of your gods' sakes, Borith, let Eivor help you.
As of this moment, Borith, my arm is yours. Whatever is needed to bring Flann's smile upon you, I will do.
Eivor, I've never been so happy.
Your family saved mine those years ago. A fitting reply would be to secure your throne. I will start with Thorstein.
It happens that Siegfried may know something. He once ran with Thorstein's gang.
Sadly true. Seek him tomorrow in the marketplace. After a night of carousing, he likes to recuperate there.
We will begin to forge a bond with High King Flann on Rise of Sun. Siegfried would be at the marketplace. I need to learn about Thorstein.